Good evening, even though it still feels like good afternoon. I am loving the sunshine. I definitely needed it. I'm just wondering, how many of you guys is your favorite essential oils, peace, and calming? So I've been a member for about 6 years. And I'll say I really never used this before until probably 6 months ago, hanging out with one of my friends. She always uses this and I'm like, I don't really like it that much. Hi Nancy. I've always been one who's loved stress away. But this has been one of my go-tos, and I'm just going to share with you my testimony of this. But inside Peace and Calming, in the new kits now, the new premium starter kits, you actually get this with it. But inside Peace and Calming is ylang ylang, which is more of a floral scent. And then you've got your citrus oils, which are orange and tangerine, which help you feel happy. You've got patchouli to help ground you and feel calming, and the blue tansy. So that's the combo in this. Young Living now sells it as a roller, which I love. Or if you have the other one, you can just buy the roller fitments. Hi, Lisa. And use it. But I'm just going to share with you, I know right now going through our huge pandemic, there's probably a lot of emotions out there. Maybe you go through 10 emotions in one day, and that's okay. I think for me, that's probably what I go through too. And maybe you feel at peace, maybe frustration, uncertainty, fear, calm, happy, grateful. There's so many different emotions that we go through all the time. And now that I've had, been homeschooling my kids for 3 weeks, this happened to me last week and then the week before. We were sitting at dinner time. I was actually pretty okay with the kids being home. I was a school teacher, so we just got into a routine. I know how much kids thrive off a routine, and so do I. So I had the kids help me with that. And I was working really hard to not get frustrated or being pulled in all the directions with my 4 kids all needing different things at the same time, right? And all of a sudden my chest just started tightening at dinner, and I'm like, Kevin, I'm not doing good. I said, go get me the peace and calming. And I literally just rolled it. I'm going to cry. Just rolled it all over my chest, and I just prayed that God would allow this plant to help calm me down, because I didn't even know that I had that emotion of that I was that stressed. My body was telling me that I was super stressed throughout the day, just dealing with all the different things that were going on. And this happened to me the week before with the tightening of my chest. At dinner time again, I was able to handle my day, handle my cool, worked really hard to stay calm as a mom, being pulled in a million directions and the uncertainty of everything, right? And a son in Utah that I'm concerned about. But I'm telling you, this has helped me so much. So if you guys use this, please share your stories. We are allowed to share our stories if we have anxiety or stress. This is where I started getting so anxious. You're allowed to share it when it's your own story. So I'm grateful for this essential oil, this blend. And I love the smell now. I don't think before I really did, but there's so many different ways you can use this. People love to use this when their kids go to sleep to calm them. Maybe your kids don't even know how to open up. I know last week, my little guy who's 8, I said, how's it going with not having school in person? And we brought some oils out, and he finally just said, Mom, I do miss my friends. But for 3 weeks, he said he was fine. And so I'm grateful that we have essential oils, and I say it over and over again, but grab the oils that you feel led to. Don't ever doubt the intuition that you have of what you're supposed to grab, what you're supposed to smell, where you're supposed to put it on your body, on your kid's body. I truly believe in this time that you can draw upon the powers of heaven to help you to know what you're supposed to use. And I was just telling my friend today how grateful I am that we have plants here on earth that has been given to us to help us in these trials. And the last thing I wanted to share, of course, we've been told over and over how to wash our hands and how to take care of ourselves. But a lot of times the sickness comes when our emotions are out of whack. And so we're taking care of our physical outside body, but what are we taking care of in our mental? So I will tell you that I know that I was getting anxiety because I was reading the news. Well, I've stopped it. Well, I've never watched the news. We don't have TV, and I've never watched news since we've been married. So 21 years, I don't watch the news. But of course you can get anything online, right? So I started reading different stories or whatever, or reading on Facebook. And I realized that that could have been causing my anxiety as well. So I've stopped it. So ask yourself, what are you feeding your brain? Okay. So if we're constantly feeding negativity in our brain, our immune system will lower. And so I know that we need essential oils to help us, just help. What are we feeding in our minds and in our emotions? What are we feeding in it? And so I've decided to let that go, and I have so much more peace. I haven't had any anxiety issues for over a week now. I don't know the numbers that are out there, and I'm drawing on the powers of heaven. I've been praying more. I've been asking God who I can pray for, who to reach out to. And I just know that when we create that hope and feeding our minds with goodness and ways we can serve, that will help us. So that is my tip to you today, and how grateful. Use your oils, you guys. Use them, put them on your feet. I highly recommend roll it in on your spine, roll it on your heart, whatever you need, douse in it, bathe in it, make sprays of it, whatever it may be. But take care of those emotions. Think about what your day is filled with. Is it filled with positivity, or is it the negativity? Is it filled with love and hope, or doubt and fear? So that's my challenge, is think twice about what we're feeding our brains and our souls. And I'm just so grateful for each of you. I'm grateful for everyone who's sharing this message with everyone to help them in this time of trial. So, hey everyone. Hi Julia. Hi Jamie and Mary and Amy and Lisa and Nancy. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day. Thanks for the heart.